Hello, welcome everyone to Pandora Live. I'm Mikey Piff, your host for the evening. It's going to be an unforgettable night with amazing music and more. I am so excited to introduce an amazing artist and one of music's brightest stars to start tonight on a high note, Maisie Peters.
You kept me as your favorite secret, and I thought we just took it slow. They said your girlfriend's from the beaches. It's funny how everybody but me knows. I feel like you feel nothing, that's fine. Please leave this behind. You're losing your mind, calling me 100 times. Time you drew a line and stopped wasting mine. Miss me, that's a lie. Now that I'm over that hill, you wanna say how you feel. Crazy to think that you still call me psycho. You wanna talk, not ideal. Heard I moved on, babe, that's real. And you got a girl, but you still call me psycho. Now that I'm over that hill, you wanna say how you feel. Crazy to think that you still call me psycho. You wanna talk, not ideal. Heard I moved on, babe, that's real. And you got a girl, but you still call me psycho. Playing a perfect Patrick Bateman, put blame on anyone but you. All kinds of ghosts down in your basement. You made me feel so useful and so used. I feel like you feel nothing, that's fine. Please leave this behind. You're losing your mind, calling me 100 times. Time you drew a line and stopped wasting mine. Miss me, that's a lie. Woo. Now that I'm over that hill, you wanna say how you feel. Crazy to think that you still call me psycho. You wanna talk, not ideal. Heard I moved on, babe, that's real. And you got a girl, but you still call me psycho. Now that I'm over that hill, you wanna say how you feel. Crazy to think that you still call me psycho. You wanna talk, not ideal. Heard I moved on, babe, that's real. And you got a girl, but you still call me psycho. You don't want me at all, but you don't want me to fall for anyone. But you'll go with anyone, and you still call me psycho. You don't want me at all, but you don't want me to fall for anyone. When all is said and done, you still call me. All your exes found me in so deep debt. We're all friends now, maybe you should be scared. You're so crazy, baby, who has two phones, one for her and one to still call me psycho. Now that I'm over that hill, you wanna say how you feel. Crazy to think that you still call me psycho. You wanna talk, not ideal. Heard I moved on, babe, that's real. And you got a girl, but you still call me psycho. This wasn't how it's supposed to go. I should be the one you're dancing with, spinning with a vodka coke. Everybody at my fingertips, I was gonna get my code. And baby, you were meant to follow me, and I was gonna act surprised, even though I know you wanted me. It's not like I've been crying, no. There's just smoke in my eyes. Cause this ain't no John Hughes movie where the girl gets the guy. You look right through me every time you walk by. I keep waiting for the heartbreak music that's never gonna come. Cause if you don't want me, then you're not the one. Oh no, no, you're not the one. Sitting on a bathroom floor, trying to get my composure back. Think I built it up too tall. Knew I should have worn my Adidas, if I'd reined it in, you wouldn't wanna kiss somebody else, and you don't owe me anything. So I'm just gonna walk home by myself. And it's not like I've been crying, no, there's just smoke in my eyes. Cause this ain't no John Hughes movie where the girl gets the guy. Oh, you look right through me every time you walk by. I keep waiting for the heartbreak music that's never gonna come. Cause if you don't want me, then you're not the one. Oh no, no, you're not the one. Oh no, no, you're not the one. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? All of our stupid friends know that I'm here for you. Guess I misunderstood, thought you liked me too. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? Everyone told me so, don't wait around for you. Guess I misunderstood, thought you liked me too. But this ain't no John Hughes movie where the girl gets the guy. You look right through me every time you walk by. I keep waiting for the heartbreak music that's never gonna come. Cause if you don't want me, then you're not the one. Oh no, no, you're not the one. Oh, no, you're not the one. Oh no, no, you're not the one. Oh no, no, you're not the one. You're not the one, not the one, no. You're not the one, not the one, no. Not the one, no. Oh no, no, you're not the one. You're not the one, not the one, no. Oh, you're not the one, not the one, no. Not the one, no. Oh no, no, you're not the one.
I hope everyone is enjoying the show. Stay tuned for more music and Ed Sheeran right here on Pandora Live. Everyone, welcome to the latest Pandora Live. I'm super lucky to sit with a buddy of mine, Ed Sheeran. Ed, thanks for doing this, man.
Thanks for having me.
It's always
good.
it's always
nice
a
to be
pleasure.
doing stuff in person again.
Right?
Yeah.
This is the first thing I've done outside of my apartment. For me, it's like, you know what, Ed Sheeran, I'm gonna come out of the house.
Good. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I guess the main thing to start with is it's been a year and a half and you were on your break, which, you know, you got married, you had a kid, you know, you kind of structured your life. Why is now?
You can hear her crying now. Yeah.
Exactly. Why was now the right time to I guess come back?
I felt like I wanted my daughter to be like, I didn't want to just uproot our life as soon as she was born and then just start working. So, you know, Cherry's able to now work remotely with her company and Zoom and all of that sort of stuff. So it's now she's able to come with and work, and we sort of bring the family unit on the road. So I just wanted to make sure we're at a point where it didn't feel unfair.
No, totally. And you know, one of the things that I learned about you is you kind of started to structure your I guess your writing and your work life now as like a 9 to 5 so that you could fit normal family time and all this stuff in it. So like, how has that been? And now that you have to do like this whole thing again with touring and an album and all the stuff that you have planned, like how does that fit?
Well, I think for me, I wanted to just find a way to make it, as I said, like fair. Like I need to know where I'm going to be and what times, and just because I can't leave Cherry in the lurch or like not be there for Lyra or even my parents. I just need to know where I am and what time. So that's why I kind of was structuring it. I actually got the idea from Eminem, working with Eminem. He works 9 to 5, goes in, does a studio, goes home. And like, I don't know, like if you spent lots of time around artists, but there's quite a transient like existence of studio, and like studio can run till like 4 a.m. and like you're late for this and you're doing this and you're doing this, and it's just good to have structure.
No, and so At what point working with Eminem did you like say, oh, this is interesting? Because you'd think like somebody would just go in the studio, lay it down when you feel it, because being creative is such a, like, you don't just like turn it on or turn it off, right?
Well, for me, I'm creative outside the studio and inside the studio, so I'm constantly putting voice notes on, voice memos, writing lyrics, just having stuff that's there. And then if I go in the studio, I kind of like compile all of it into a tune. So it's less about going to the studio and waiting to be inspired and more about like going to the studio once like I know inspiration is going to be there when I get in, if that makes sense. Because otherwise you're sort of hitting your head against a wall trying to think of what you should be writing about.
Right, you don't just go in the studio and go, okay, open book, start.
Okay, I mean, occasionally, but I don't think you really get anything good out of it. I think if I'm like, right, I've just gone through something, I need to go in and create something from it. But most of the time, if I just go in, mostly for fun, like if I'm like, I would love to write 5 tunes for 5 artists, I'm gonna go in with like Steve Mack, who I work with a lot, and we'll just go in and we'll just write whatever about whatever, and that'll be fun. But in terms of my own stuff, it has to be a bit more, if there's more feel to it, I think.
Before we get into the songwriting and all the songs that we're gonna hear tonight, I have to ask, because you did a really interesting talk over, I can't remember, over the summer, about being in the present. And you said something really interesting about how even in entertainment, the journey is kind of, people are looking towards like some sort of end goal, but it's really the journey that is the most fruitful part. And you said it was really a weird feeling knowing that you've accomplished everything you probably could in music. And that's why you kind of took up painting or some other hobby. So
yeah,
do you still feel that way? And if so, like, well, what do you want now?
Well, I've sort of finished the Divide tour, and Divide sold like, I don't know, I mean, it's definitely like over like 22 million copies, which is like more copies than I'd ever sold of an album before. The tour was like heavily publicized. It was the biggest tour of all time and sold like 9 million tickets. And I remember standing on the Ipswich stage, finishing, and then getting off stage and just being like, I'm 28 and like, I don't know what to do now. Like I've kind of like chased and got to this thing. And then in my year off, I was kind of searching for like who I was, because I stopped playing music for a bit, and music is entirely me as a person. And then I had my daughter, well, my wife had our daughter, but I'm a parent. But and then I was like, right, that's it. This is me. I'm just going to be a dad. I'm not going to play music anymore. And I found myself getting really sad and like having zero purpose, even though I was putting time and effort into being a dad. And then I suddenly was like, I think it's more important for my daughter to grow up knowing that her parents have work ethic and her parents love working hard and love creating and enjoy their jobs, and seeing that rather than like looking at your dad as technically unemployed, if that makes sense. So like I've sort of slowly got back into music that way, and then the creative process sort of started flowing again. But there was a long period of time where I just didn't really know. Everything was directionless. Not that like success should be measured in album sales or ticket sales, because I do feel like most of my success in my mind has been measured by like songs being good in my eyes that I've written. But just there's a kind of expectation from like everyone around you that like, I have like people in my family that are like, the next album has to be even bigger. And I know they're saying it to be supportive, but I'm like, maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe it should just be an album, and like maybe a career can kind of go like this rather than always up. So yeah, I know that's a weird segue, but that was how I was feeling when the tour ended.
Got you. So it's kind of a dual purpose, finding your purpose again and loving music, and then obviously for your daughter, seeing like a great example.
For sure, yeah. I feel like it's unfair to be a professional musician and not enjoy it, because there's so many kids that want to be professional musicians. So if I was standing on stage being like, I don't even like this anymore, like that, I feel like that's unfair to everyone that wants to do it. So you have to really, really want it to be respectful to the whole thing, I think.
This next artist is one of my favorites right now, and she's got a brand new album just minutes away coming out. I can't wait to hear what she brings tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Tones and I.
Am I living
But there's alive and then there's living. Am I living for today? Oh, and I'm getting older with every memory I make. Now that I'm older with these moments, will I live for them or just throw them away? Away.
But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloud. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day.
And am I wiser for holding close to friends I make? But if I'm wise, then why this feeling of a child that I can't shake? And I'm getting older with every memory I make. Now that I'm older with these moments, will I live for them or just throw them away? Away.
But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day.
On a cloud.
But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. But your mama always said, look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloudy day. Whoa. On a cloudy day. Whoa.
On a cloudy day. And I had a dream that someday I would just fly away. And I always knew I couldn't stay, so I had a dream that I'd just fly away. I've been on my own for a minute. Is it only me out here, searching for the place to begin it? Is it me? Is it you? Is it fear? Standing on the line I was given, people stare and ask me why I'm here. No one seems to think that I fit in, but I don't wanna be like them. No, 'cause I don't wanna be like them. 'Cause I know it ain't, know it ain't. 'Cause I had a dream that someday I would just fly away. And I always knew I couldn't stay, so I had a dream that I'd just fly away, away, oh, 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 I'd fly away. No one knew how low I was feeling. I was scared to reach for it all, knowing I was here for a reason. But I was scared that if I tried, I'd go. So where do I go now that I'm in it? I never thought it'd be like this. Dreaming all my life and I didn't. Thought the grass was greener than it is. 'Cause I had a dream that someday I would just fly away.
Now, before we get into the new music, the first song that you released was Afterglow for Christmas as a nice little gift. What has been, you said obviously you've structured yourself, you've kind of maximized your time, but other than being able to do stuff at home and obviously being stuck there, is there anything different in the process of this particular album, whether it's the production or?
Yeah, well, like sort of doing studio work it just didn't really happen because of the pandemic. So I moved Johnny, the producer, in my house. Once, it was basically when PCR tests were like a thing and you could like safely like move one person to one space and then quarantine there and then do it. So he moved in my house and we essentially created the record over the summer. And then he started renting houses that then I would go and quarantine in and then make the record there. And it's been a different process, but not too dissimilar of how we made like Divide and Multiply, because we made Divide and Multiply in dressing rooms on tour. So it's essentially just taking a mobile studio and moving to places and making it. The difference is it was just less collaborative because you have to just be with the people that you can be with.
I mean, it just seems like don't go in with expectations, go in to have fun, like you've kind of been saying. Now, as a songwriter, obviously you're super talented and you're not a novice. You've done this for a while. What does it take for something to kind of perk up your ear? Like, is there a song recently you've heard that kind of made you stop and go, oh, wow, that's really cool, or it's different, or I really like that, or?
Driver's License, Olivia Rodrigo. That, I remember first hearing that and being like, this is an incredible tune. And then like finding out she was 17 and being like, that's even more, because I mean, that was the age that I started writing songs and I did not write a song of that. I couldn't sing at that caliber either. So she's an extreme talent.
Yeah, and then watching her sing on SNL, I was like, she sounds just like the album. Like, this is amazing.
No, she's a very special artist, very special.
Now, without totally blowing up your ego, a lot of people say Perfect is kind of like the perfect love song. When you were talking to fans earlier, they're dancing to it at their weddings. What is harder, writing a happy song that isn't like overly sentimental and mushy, or even writing a more serious song that isn't overly sentimental, like finding that sweet spot?
So I say this all the time, and I think it's been proved time and time again. If you can manage to write a happy song that isn't cheesy, you will have the biggest song in the world. And it's like Uptown Funk, happy, Dance Monkey. There's like, every time someone nails the like feel-good happy tune that doesn't feel cheesy, it becomes globally massive. Whereas I think it's very easy to write deep, emotional songs that people can connect with. I actually think the hardest, because those ones are always real, quote unquote, you believe that. Whereas sometimes with happy songs, they can be like a bit too sugary sweet or like gloopy, I think. So I think you can, if you nail the upbeat song, which is the hardest thing to do. And I guess Shape of You's kind of upbeat, but it's a bit like dark and broody. But I'm talking.
I don't care.
Well, no, but I don't care. Yeah, but I don't care was like, I think it was big because it was me and Justin. But I don't think it was necessary. I don't think it was necessary. Like, I wouldn't put it on the same level as Happy or Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk is just like a standard now.
No, totally. I mean, and here's the thing too, right? And like you've been talking, like, you make 25 songs in a day or in a week or whatever, and 20 of them are horse poop, and like 5 are like, okay, we can consider these later. But the thing is, you kind of make it look easy in a way, even though you've been doing this for like over a decade now.
It's a muscle though. Like songwriting's a muscle. It's much like if you run every single day, eventually you'll be able to run a marathon. Like I can't run a marathon today, but if you write a song every single day, eventually it'll get to the point where most of the ones you write are actually quite good because you do it every single day. If I stopped writing and got out of the flow of it, it's just a muscle you have to continue exercising. Like singing, I've only just got back to singing after 18 months of not singing, and I lose my voice all the time now. And whereas before I never lost my voice, I would go and play 4 shows in a weekend and then go out and do like 3 days of studio sessions and then like 4 shows in a weekend. I'd never lose my voice. And I would always speak to people like Shawn Mendes, who like does a lot of vocal warm-ups and stuff, and he was like, how come you don't do vocal warm-ups? And I think it's because I was doing it every single day for such a long period of time that your muscle just becomes used to it. And I think it's the same with songwriting. You have to just keep going and getting used to it.
working? Hello.
Hi!
Hey, Jocelyn. How you doing?
You are my absolute favorite artist of all time. And
Thank you. Where did you go to school?
Farlingate, hi.
Man, I know so many people from Farlingate. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just saw that your favourite song is Shirt Sleeves.
Correct.
That's a deep cut. I like that. Somewhere very sunny. Where are you? California?
Yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm stuck here in Vegas and like super homesick.
Yeah.
So I'm like, to hear British accents, I'm like, yay!
Me and my wife had our first date in Brooklyn, so we're gonna go back to the place where we had our first date. You guys having a good day?
Crazy. Oh my god. Yes, we're having a great day. This is like insane.
If you get in the frame, and I'll take a photo
Okay,
of
yeah.
all of us. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Well, now we're getting a new album. We're getting a new song. Well, I assume we're getting a new album. I would hope so.
I hope so too.
Because we're getting a new song.
Yeah.
Which means you're busy working.
The new album is done. It's getting mixed. The new single is coming out. I think it's already out because I'm playing it on this. But yeah, it's. I feel good about it. I feel like I had a kind of crisis of confidence with it because I hadn't played it to anyone. So I was like, is it actually good? And I played it to a couple of people who. Do you know what my pet peeve is when you, especially if you've never played a record to someone, and you start playing it and then they just go on their phone and start texting. And I'm like, you're not listening. And I really want your opinion. So like that happened the first few times that I played the record to someone. So like I just was like, I don't know if it's good because everyone's instant reaction is to just go on their phone. But since actually being in America, I feel a bit more confident about it because people have actually like sat down and listened to it and told me, actually, I played it to the Julie who runs my label here, and she was just like, I love everyone, but track 7, you gotta lose track 7. And like having that sort of feedback is good, rather than just like, I love all of it or I don't like any of it. I think having like specific feedback's good.
Well, it's out now. It's called Bad Habits. Tell us, like, what's it about? How it happened?
So it's about, well, the title is, the song is basically my bad habits lead to more things. And I feel like, you start off your night, could be a Friday night, you start off with a beer, you go, I'm going to have a light salad, and then I might go home, I might put on a TV show, and I'm going to get a good night's sleep. Anyway, that one beer turns into 4, and then you start on the spirits, and then you start on the shots, and then suddenly you're like sharing a cigarette with a mate, you don't even smoke anymore, and all of these bad habits have like led to more and more things. So that was the concept of the song. The way that the song became a single was I had a first single that was a bit sort of like lo-fi and depressing, and it was coming out in June, and it's a good song, it's on the album, it's a good song, and then Boris Johnson was like, right, England's opening up in June, all the clubs are open, and I kind of was looking at my first single being like, I don't know if the world is this anymore. I think the world is Bad Habits, and I think that you want an upbeat, let's go for it song, rather than a like, let's sit in my house and be sad.
Well, I mean, I feel like those bad habits are definitely going to come out after we've all been cooped up for almost 2 years.
Encouragement.
Don't go anywhere. Ed Sheeran takes the stage next.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. I was running from my brother and his friends. Tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. We were younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the roaring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait go home, and I'm on my way. Driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real when we watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. 15 years old, smoking hand-rolled cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. But my first kiss on a Friday night, I don't reckon that I did it right, but we were younger then. Take me back to when we found our weekend jobs and we got paid. We buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown. But I can't wait to go home, and I'm on my way. Driving at 90 down the country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real when we watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Oh, over the castle on the hill. Oh, over the castle on the hill. One friend left to sell clothes, and one works down by the coast. One had 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on his second wife, and one's just barely getting by. These people, they raised me, and I can't wait to go home, and I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answers, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real when we watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Oh, over the castle on the hill. Oh, over the castle on the hill.
Hey, Sirius XM and Pandora, thank you so much for having me. This next song is called Bad Habits, and it's my new single. Hope you like it.
Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight had something wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights, ending alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose. Pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spot. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. Bad habits lead to late nights, ending alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. We took the long way round. Burned till the fun ran out. Bad habits lead to late nights, ending alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. Bad habits lead to you. Bad habits lead to you.
Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the show. If you love what you're hearing, check out the Pandora Live Backstage with Ed Sheeran station to hear additional stories, songs, and more. All right. Well, Ed, thanks for hanging out. You know, you're not going anywhere yet. We've got something called the hot seat where we're going to do some rapid fire questions and really put you to the test. I haven't even looked at these questions. I probably don't even know the answers.
Cool. I probably don't know them either, but we'll go.
Well, we'll be ignorant together.
Lovely.
You know, we know you're a world-class musician, producer, some might even say actor.
I don't think anyone would say.
So the list goes on and on. But let's see how well you do in the hot seat. We're going to play a little game where I ask a bunch of questions about you, your music, your career, 60 seconds, and we're going to see how many you get. Are you ready?
Hit me.
All right. Which of these names is not one of your guitars? Felix, Keith, or Nigel?
Keith. Keith. Yeah, I have to think about that. I think I did have a guitar eventually called Keith, but I didn't tell anyone about that.
That's how long it's been. You really had to think about it.
Keith's a good name.
What bird did you mention in the song you played in the film yesterday? Dove, eagle, or penguin?
Penguin.
Okay. You've said all your songs have colors, so what color did you say You Need Me, I Don't Need You is? Turquoise, magenta, or aubergine?
Turquoise? No, I didn't.
No, you said
I wouldn't have said magenta.
You said aubergine.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm just like, this is fascinating. I'm learning things here. All right, you've mentioned that you almost changed your name, but do you remember if it was going to be Redwood, Sword, or Philip?
It was Redwood. It was Redwood.
Redwood?
Yeah, because I was like, what's mad is I said Ed Sheeran can never be a stage name. It just doesn't sound like a stage name. I'm going to change my name to Redwood. And then I remember meeting someone being like, it's such a cool stage name, man. Like, it's like your name was made for the stage, and like, it's totally not planned. But anyway, I was going to be called Redwood. And then the X Factor there was a group called Jedwood that came out. There were two Irish twins that are very, very fun. But then as soon as they came out, I was like, I can't be Redwood anymore.
No. All right, so you did, now, let me see if I pronounce this right. You did the Malteser challenge like a champ. So do you know how many you fit in your mouth? Was it 30, 40, or 50?
I want to say it was 50 because I remember my record was like 30 and I remember beating it by an impressive amount. Actually, I'm going to say 40. I'm going to say 40.
You got
Yeah,
40.
Yeah. It wasn't quite 50.
All right, what color was your first Stratocaster copy guitar? Was it candy apple red, black, or sunburst?
Black.
Correct.
Black, yeah. I wish I traded it for a drum kit. I wish I'd kept it.
Did you know, can you find it maybe?
I know who I traded it to, but I'm sure they've sold it by now.
Understandable, okay. You're an Aquarius, so can you name another of your fellow Aquarius friends? Which one of these is an Aquarius? Harry Styles, Rupert Grint, or Benny Blanco?
Benny's born in March and Harry is born in February, so Harry is Aquarius. I think he's February 2nd.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, all right, time's up. Ed, you pretty much killed it. Congratulations. Thank you for playing the show. Now we're going to get back to some more music because you don't want to see me here. You want to see Ed perform in a really cool hangar that had fighter jets in it. That's insane.
This is Thinking Out Loud.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Or will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Well, darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. Well, baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. Well, I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways, and maybe just the touch of a hand. But me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms, kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars, place your head on my beating heart now, thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. When my head's all but gone and the memory fades, and the crowds won't remember my name, when my hands don't play the strings the same way, now I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. Baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. Well, I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways, and maybe it's all part of a plan.
a new song called Visiting Hours. 1, 2, 3.
I wish that heaven had visiting hours, so I could just show up and bring the news that she's getting older. And I wish that you'd met her, the things that you learned from me, I got them all from you. Can we just talk a while and we'll put all the world to rights? The little ones will grow and I'll still drink your favorite wine. Soon they're going to close, but I'll see you another day. So much has changed since you've been away. Well, I wish that heaven had visiting hours, so I could just swing by and ask your advice. What would you do in my situation? I haven't a clue how I'd even raise them. What would you do? 'Cause you always do what's right. Can we just talk a while until my worries disappear? I'll tell you that I'm scared of turning out a failure. You'd say, remember that the answer's in the love that we create. So much has changed since you've been away. I wish that heaven had visiting hours, and I would ask them if I could take you home. But I know what they'd say, that it's for the best. So I will live life the way you taught me and make it on my own. I will close the door, but I will open up my heart. And everyone I love will know exactly who you are. 'Cause this is not goodbye, it is just till we meet again. So much has changed since you've been away.
This next song is called Perfect.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were that someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a lover to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes, baby. I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark, you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect. Though I don't deserve this, you look perfect tonight.
Thank you so much for having me, Sirius XM and Pandora. This is Shape of You. Cool. Isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends sat at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow. And you come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop, find the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me, say boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. Oh, I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. Oh, I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Oh, I'm in love with your body now. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love. our first date. You and me are thrifty, so cool. You can eat, fill up your bag, and I fill up a plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour and how your family is doing okay. And even getting a taxi, sit in the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. Well, I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room. And now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body now. I'm in love with your body. Well, I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. And every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby. Come on. 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 Well, I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body now. And last night you were in my room. And now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Now come on, be my baby. Come on, come on. I'm in love with your body. Nah, 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 nah. Well, I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on. I'm in love with your body. Now every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with the shape of you.
Now, as things wind down, we have one last surprise for you. I need you to close your eyes. Trust me on this one. I'm not sure if you know this, but you're one of the most streamed artists on Pandora with over 7 billion spins, and we made this plaque to commemorate it. So congratulations, man.
Jesus Christ. Wow. That is a lot of zeros.
That is.
That is so cool. Thank
So
you
you're
very much.
officially a Pandora billionaire.
Thank you very much, Pandora. That is very exciting. Wow.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
That's
You
so
doing
good, man.
this.
Thank you.
And you're always super kind and awesome to us, so it's well deserved.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so sweet of you.